evening, friends. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Please proceed.
Okay, thank you. So, I will just share my presentation. Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Excellent.
fine. Okay, so first of all, I'd like to thank the organizers from WIPARD and the Environmental Green Environment Bureau for inviting me to make this presentation. I am Amit Shah from the Fox Global Consulting. So my topic is I'll be supply chain in emerging economies. So these are these 24 countries in the world which are supposed to be emerging in terms of development, and I will look into the drivers and outlook. To start with, the agenda as this topic is linked with COVID-19. So my stress will be to first of all to understand how milk production is happening in the emerging. Then I will look into the what will be the impact on milk prices and drivers globally, and finally, I will look into what will be the impact in the dairy economy, and I will summarize. So to start with my organization, so this is a startup that I started. It's a knowledge network, and we are working with professional experts in the food value chain, health and livelihoods, and we provide consultancy services to benchmark the fronters in these areas globally, and help for achieving self-reliance locally and competitive globally. Our key working areas is again we are working in food, health, and livelihoods because these are the key areas for wellness, and to optimize the system and processes in these areas for attaining sustainable development. And our mission is to constantly network and exchange our knowledge and ideas with the key stakeholders to measure the impact and identify the sustainability of the value systems. So to start with, I would like start that what like in emerging economies. As you can see here, that we have the different levels of the supply chain from farm to from the farm to the fork, and from milk production, milk processing, and distribution and consumption. So the wide diversity in the supply chain among countries is mainly because of the various parameters how the organization is done. So the organized, unorganized, how much competitive it is, the policies of market production. Then in processing, we have different types of value items, infrastructure, trade dependency, and local. So this is that the dairy industry is highly complex, and it is very much important to understand the variability in different countries so that we can come to some conclusion. So that was the main idea to show you in this map where, the key 24 emerging economies. So that is the BRICS nation and also the countries in the Latin America, in the eastern, in the Southeast Asia, and in Middle East, and some countries in the Eastern Europe, which are the emerging economies. That is, they are transiting from the very primary occupation to very industrial economy. They are developing economies. And this is previous speaker was talking about that going back to the to more self-sustained economies, and I beg to differ a bit from this, that we have to move towards capital economies where we manufacture, but also be self-sustaining, so that in such kind of pandemic or events that comes over, country to cope with. So here in this map, you can see the milk production in million tons, which is varying from 1 million ton to 200 million ton in India. And this is about 400 million ton of milk is produced just from these 24 countries, which is about approximately 50% of the total milk production in the world. So whatever happens in emerging economies is going to affect the economy in the dairy supply chain. So we need to analyze these countries in detail. So that was the reason to show you this slide. And but the level of the value chain is different in different countries. In this slide, you can see how much milk is delivered that is going to the organized sector, which is again varying from 3% in Pakistan to 100% in many countries. So the many countries are still very unorganized in the dairy sector, and so it will affect the pandemic of COVID-19 will affect differently these countries. So that is the reason to show you that how the level of organization of dairy is different in these countries. Then, if you look into self-sufficiency, like how much can the countries sustain themselves without resorting to trade, as again pointed out by previous speakers, that trade has become integral for food security. And we can see here in the Southeast Asian nation, milk self-sufficiency is very low. They are highly dependent on trade. So anything which will affect the dairy economy is going to affect all these countries as well. And you can see in Eastern Europe, they are having surplus of milk. So they are also exporting a lot of milk to the other countries, like in Poland, Czech Republic, and Hungary. But mostly the world is having net deficit. So now coming to what will be the impact in the supply chain and what are the key drivers. Let me start with production. As also pointed out by previous speakers, there is not much effect on the milk production because the dairy industry is high in most countries, and but there is some input supply, there is some staggering because of these COVID restrictions. But the policy support by countries is somehow keeping production at even level. Now coming to processing and distribution, there is slightly affected because of the health concerns, security risk, labor availability, lot of transport restrictions. So this is definitely going to affect how much milk is processed and distributed, both in organized and unorganized sector. And if you come to the consumption, it is significantly affected. So that means the demand has gone down significantly as per what we see in the data for the last 3 months. In most of the countries due to the loss of income from consumer, and also the consumer perception in some countries that this to consume milk different there is some risk of health hazards. So also accessibility of milk. So in overall it looks like that the milk price may lower in the local and global markets, and lowering of milk prices will affect the whole supply chain and the whole dairy economy. Now, if you look into that, how much is the farmer share? Because this is again affecting how organized is the dairy supply chain. The lower is the farmer share, that means more being done, and this is again ranging from 30% to about 60% of the consumer rupee. The value is going to the farmer. So again, it is a question of debate that if the more of margin is to the farmer, whether they are able to sustain the COVID impact. I think that it is the reverse, because the more is the organized sector, there will be more options to take care of the value chain. But if it is unorganized, then they are affected significantly. So in that case, India looks to be affected quite. The dairy industry could be affected if the COVID prolongs. Then there is also to see that how much competitive is the milk price, and in this chart you can see the percentage of milk price above the world price indicator. So that means if the world price right now is around close to $38 per 100 kg of standard corrected milk, and the percentage of is 38, most of the countries are producing milk above the global milk price levels. That means they are not competitive. So they are somehow dependent on the trade for milk to meet the domestic needs. So that means anything which will affect the global supply or demand is going to affect most of these countries, especially the Southeast Asian nations. So what will be the impact on the food security, dairy jobs, and dairy industry? These are the three areas which are going to be affected significantly. In the case of food security, there is going to be significant impact, especially in the lower income groups, because there will not sufficient money to purchase the high value products like milk. But in high income groups, it has shown that people are consuming more of high value milk products. So that is both trends are seen. In dairy jobs, there is significant loss of jobs, which is also pointed out by previous speakers in the dairy value chain as well, and is reported in many news. Overall, in the dairy industry, there will be significant drop in the milk value, and because the markets are expected to decline further due to the reduced demand. However, the degree will vary depending on the dairy development profile of the country. So we need to look at every country individually. So what does it mean to that? How the country can cope up? So most probably, in the food case, there could be shift to alternative foods. So that was also pointed out by previous speakers, like vegan food, other alternatives which are cheaper than milk. Similarly, in job sector, we could see a lot of innovations coming up in the dairy value chain development, especially using the IT development and the IT sector innovations so that we can still continue with the logistics.
Mr. Saha, sorry to cut you, but I'm afraid I'm going to ask you to do, like your wrap up. One more minute, please. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. So this is the final slide. This is the summary. I think most of the things I found out, the main aspect is that there will be a significant fall in milk prices in the global markets. Mostly it could be roaster mode going low and then going very high. There will be high uncertainty in the long term, depending on the trends in COVID development, because it's still not known how the COVID will be following in the coming years. But however, there is significant potential to improve the resilience of value chain, and that is how our organizations like us play an important role to solve these issues. So there are both challenges and also there is opportunity. So we need to harness the opportunities. So thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to any questions.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Saha. Really informative. Thank you for the slides.